Okay, so we got 3 different types of peppers, and we're going to try to do 3 different types of cuts. All right. So the first thing, and probably the first thing I was taught, is get rid of the white. This is like the meat on the inside. You don't want that. That's very bitter. Nobody likes that. Now, while we're doing this, I'll talk a little bit about peppers. Now, living in Thailand, I know that everything is usually really, really, really hot. So what I realized is that there are different types of heat and different sweetnesses of peppers. Now, the red pepper is a sweet pepper. Now, there is an actual grading scale called the Scoville scale. The Scoville scale is what we like to refer to as heat temperatures. So from no heat all the way up to the top, which is like the red peppers or the big chili peppers and stuff like that, and they have different temperatures. Now, when it comes to where I come from, where it comes to peppers, green is the most plain. It's like a 5. Yellow is like sweet, but not super sweet. So it goes to like a 3 to 5, and this goes from a 5 up. But when you have other things like chili peppers and jalapeno peppers, they start at 1,000 Scoville. Very important information. So you're knowing that there is different ways to do it. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my green pepper. I take my green pepper and I'm gonna cut it in half once again, like that. So now I have another piece here, but I wanna get that bitterness out. So what I do is I got the red pepper done, put that aside. I take the green pepper and I just cut like this, and I go all the way across, and I remove the inside out, and there's a few more seeds. I'll just take them, throw them there. And then I'm gonna do the same thing with the next one. Remove. Now, I might be wasting these, and it might look like I'm wasting, but what I'm actually gonna do is I can make a vegetable stock later on, and I can use all this stuff to add to the vegetable stock. So now same thing, I'm just gonna cut that bitterness out. Get most of it out. You don't have to get it all out, but most of it. And this one has a lot of it, so you wanna make sure to pull to the center. But you don't wanna get all the pepper up. You don't wanna lose it all. So you have a nice piece like that. And the last technique is with the yellow pepper. And this is personally my favorite technique. It was the first thing I learned to do. So you're gonna take that, you're gonna cut it like that. And then we're going to get rid of the bitterness out. But this will help when we cut later on. So I'm gonna go like this, like this, like this, and like this. Just remove this, and then we can start with our different types of cuts. The first cut we're gonna do is called a baton. Baton is basically like a long stick. Think like a big stick, okay? So we have our red pepper here, and what we're gonna do is just simply go right across, like this, nice and slow. Remember to keep your fingers closed like that. And then we have our baton right there. Nice little big sticks, so to speak, right? We'll do the next one. Just be careful there. Okay, so that's our batons. We don't need them all, so we're not gonna use them all. So I'm gonna do 2, and put the rest over here, and we're gonna fix that up later on. Next thing we're gonna do is called a julienne. Now there's 2 ways to do this. You can do it this way, or you can do it this way. If you have a really sharp knife, this is the best way to do it. And I'll explain to you why. Because it gives you the cleanest cut because you're cutting from the skin. Okay, so if we look over here, we're gonna take this, and now this is called the julienne, and it's a very thin, it's like a matchstick. We call it matchsticks. They're very thin cut. So this one, baton, is a long piece here, and this one will be a lot smaller. So we're gonna cut like this. Very sharp, very quick. Like I said, we don't need all of it. So So we're gonna keep half of it for later on. Just put that in there. And these are a matchstick, aka julienne cut. And then the last one I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the two most square ones. I'm gonna put these here for now. And we're gonna use these to make diced. So what we're gonna do is we have a nice long piece here. We're gonna cut the end off. We're gonna cut the end off like that. We'll put those for our stock later on. And we have a nice sort of square. And what we wanna do is we wanna cut lengthwise, almost like a baton, except you wanna make it about a centimeter, like that. And then you're gonna take these and you're gonna dice them about a centimeter a piece. Making sure to keep your hands separated, and the same technique for here. We'll cut the ends off, we'll save those for the stock. And then we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, almost like 4. You want 4 pieces, and you're gonna dice it up 4 pieces like this, 2, 3, 4. So now we got some dice. So now we have a variety of different cuts